Ashes of Creation is a new MMORPG being developed by Intrepid Studios, who were fed up with the current state of the MMO genre and wanted to make it great again. Here are 30 awesome things that you'll see in Ashes of Creation. First is the node system. As players gain experience within a node's zone of influence, it grows from a small encampment to a sprawling metropolis at level 6. Each level increases the node's zone of influence, changing the world around it, unlocking new content like NPCs and quests to dungeons and world bosses that want to destroy it. Once a node reaches level 3, you can become a citizen. This allows you to vote on the direction a node takes, taxes levied, and even declare war on other nodes. To become a citizen, you must have a home in that node's zone of influence. The first option is to buy in-node housing, which are limited in quantity. Each new node level unlocks more housing, and existing homes increase in size all the way up to massive mansions, which can be sold for a hefty sum. There are also instanced apartments available in the node as well. While not as luxurious as a mansion, they can still be used to gain citizenship, show off items, additional storage, display achievements, and crafting. Lastly are freeholds. These are plots of land placed in the open world that can be customized to your liking. Location is key as space is limited, and setting yourself up in a prime spot could be very beneficial. You could be the proprietor of a well-known inn or tavern, and travelers can stop in for a bit of rest and relaxation, or maybe a pint of magically enhanced ale before embarking on their journey. The first Kickstarter stretch goal also added parlor games, making your tavern the hottest spot this side of the Misty Mountains and possibly netting you some gold in the process. There's also plenty of room for your artisan classes, which are comprised of gathering, processing, and crafting. Blacksmiths can set up a forge, or processors a smelting station, while others may choose to plant a field of wheat to harvest. Those with goods to sell will find a diverse trade system. While local prices may plummet due to oversaturation, distant markets may offer better riches, with buyers not already flooded with local wares. But no fast travel means the world is a big, scary place, and those newly forged weapons look mighty tempting to cutthroats and bandits. To help facilitate your shipment, caravans can be used to transport goods. You're able to choose the route and departure time, but be careful who you share this information with, as caravans are PvP zones, and to the victors belong the spoils. Those looking for alternative modes of transportation can take to the high seas to move their goods. Enhanced naval combat and ship classes were added during the Kickstarter. Without a global auction house, players will use local markets to set up shop. Rent a stall and it reflects the type of items you have for sale in-game, while players can search for items via notice boards before shopping. However, metropolises break all the rules. For example, an economic metropolis extends its market to its entire zone of influence, while a scientific metropolis enables fast travel. Even though there are many nodes in the world, only 5 can be a metropolis at any one time. This makes every server completely unique. Driven by player choices, some servers may be more economic, or divine, or scientific, while a more bloodthirsty population may seek to build a militaristic world. Although nothing is permanent, and even metropolises aren't immune to being sieged. Once a siege is declared by a rival node or guild, a 2 to 5 day preparation time begins. Sieges involve different objectives, and after the battle, there's a cooldown period. There's also open world PvP, but beware of the consequences. Loss of resources, XP debt, and durability loss on death. Killing non-combatants gives you corruption, which can cause you to drop items on death and lowers your combat effectiveness. More competitive PvPers can duke it out in the arena. 1, 3, and 5-man teams compete to climb the ladder, and those with higher aspirations can fight to become the leader of a military metropolis. Guilds can set their sights on castles. 5 are available in the world and will represent the ultimate achievement to guilds who can hold them. One reward for being a king of a castle includes a flyable dragon mount. Only the leaders of metropolises and castles can ride these winged beasts. Able to swoop down on your enemies from on high, it will be an awe-inspiring sight. If you're more adventurous, exploration will abound. From nodes unlocking new content, to underwater treasures, to environmental hazards. Each class has a unique utility skill to help you along the way. There are 8 archetypes to choose from: tank, fighter, rogue, ranger, mage, cleric, summoner, and bard. Then you'll choose another as a secondary to make one of 64 completely unique class combinations. Your class skills are also affected by racial augmentations. So between your race and class, there are more than 500 different combinations. Nodes also reflect which race contributed the most to its development, changing its architecture to match. Tasks are similar to traditional quests, but without all the meaningless filler text. The devs don't want to waste your time, they let you get right to the task. But when you do see that dialogue, you know it's important to the narrative, story-driven, and actually matters. No more missing important plot lines because you got tired of reading about a farmer's cow getting lost. There's also events that happen in the open world. Swarms of zombies may attack your node, or a dragon could rain fire from above. This is where community unites and defenders battle for common objectives. If you prefer to attack, use one of the 3 tiers of monster coins. These transform you into a dungeon boss, giving you their abilities, and there will be no shortage of enemy players to squash. More focused PvEers will gravitate towards dungeons. There's no instant party interfaces, so it takes a little more effort to form a group of 8, but your reward is a greater community, aided by party voice chat, which is mutable, of course. Those seeking to defeat the largest bosses will look towards raids and their 40-man encounters, but beware what you wish for, as these are no small pushover. Lastly, and maybe most important, there will be no pay to win, ever. But don't take my word for it. Here is SHARIF, the founder and creative director for Ashes of Creation.
So I feel like that's one of the unique perspectives of Intrepid Studios as a company. Myself, coming from the background of being an MMORPG player first and then becoming a developer, really gave me certain feelings that I have pretty strong reservations on in regards to how the industry's moved more towards a monetization process that relies on pay-to-win mechanics and cash grab. Really, I'm not a fan of that at all, and Ashes of Creation will not experience that to any degree whatsoever. And I can't be more emphatic on that point, because for me, competitiveness in a closed system that an MMORPG should be relatable to an individual, a player's progress within that game on their own accord, on their own skill and or activity. And I think that the monetization practices in the industry lately of cash grabbing and pay to win have just done a major disservice to what our genre should deserve.